I'll make the calls as soon as we get a positive ID. Make sure you track the mayor down before the press gets to him.
More. 2 cops shot.
I'll tell you, my night is just beginning. I've got a testimonial in the Bronx. I've got a big reception for the St. Vincent's football team. And I've got an opening.
Mr. Mayor, can you give us a reaction to what happened tonight in Brooklyn?
What happened?
2 cops were murdered. One of them is a policewoman.
This is the first time hearing about it. Obviously, my sympathy goes out to the families. I'll make an official statement tomorrow once I've heard all the facts. I feel like I'm playing catch up with the press.
They were responding to a call. It's like the perps were just hanging out, waiting for him. There's supposed to be an OD here. OD? It was a fucking execution.
Hey, you might have a witness. This guy squatting in the building next door says he slept through it.
I'll talk to him. They're just rookies. Hey, partner, you okay? Yeah. They suckered him in, Bobby. They were just kids and they didn't have a chance. Yeah, that's the way it looks. Listen, why don't you hang out here, cool out? I'll go talk to that guy. No, I'm okay. I'll go talk to him. This guy's gonna help us out.
Hey, this Willie Sandoval. He was sleeping. Didn't hear nothing.
Yo, didn't see nothing either.
I'm Detective Donahue. Willie, want to empty your pockets here for me?
Yo, don't try to intimidate me, you understand? 'Cause I've been around the block.
You do good business here, Willie?
Yo, this is my crib, all right? You got a warrant, detective?
I just stopped over for a little cup of sugar.
Let me tell you something, all right? I ain't gotta respond, I ain't gotta affirm, and I ain't gotta deny.
2 cops were killed, Willie. Just asking for a little help.
Yeah, well, I can't help you, all right? And you can't hold me, so get the fuck out my way.
Don't diss me, Willie.
Motherfucker!
All I'm asking for is a little respect, Willie.
She loved this job. From the time she was a little kid, she used to complain, "Ma, why can't a girl be a cop?"
Was she ever threatened by anyone she had ever arrested?
I don't know. She wouldn't tell me. She knew I was scared stiff.
Mrs. Cruz, one of her classmates here, Eddie Rios, here, says, dream of the future for the freedom of all oppressed people. Significant other, my childhood sweetheart, Ada Cruz. In a crazy world, our love will never change.
Poor Eddie. He'll go crazy when he hears.
Yeah, they were sweethearts, huh? From childhood.
Oh, Lord. They were little teenage lovebirds. Right after high school, graduation day, they ran off and got married.
What happened?
Eddie wanted a mamita. You know, stay home, take care of the babies.
He didn't like her working.
Not as a cop. He laid down the law. Either me or the cops.
She picked the job.
Eddie went crazy. Letters, phone calls, He followed her around.
She ever make a complaint?
No. She felt sorry for him. He called up last week. Wanted to know if we still had the letters he wrote. Nida said, I don't want to see him around, Mama. If I see him around, I'll really tell him where to get off.
Did you hear that? He wanted those letters back.
Yeah, we might have caught a break on this thing after all.
He only lives a couple blocks away. We ought to go talk to him.
Okay, but let's run it by Captain Unger first.
He could be flushing those letters down the toilet right now, Bobby.
Every time we freelance, Steve, we get in some kind of trouble. You know that.
Every second counts, Bobby.
I know,
Bobby.
I know this is a big case. So we lay in the boss's lap.
Okay.
I got my best team on it. Steve Donahue worked out of Brooklyn South Homicide a long time. And Bobby Zito.
We'll come back when you finish talking about us.
They're right here, Commissioner. I'll just put them on the squawk box. Just tell them what you know, not what you think you know. Are we on, Commissioner?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay, Dan, bring us up to speed.
Detective Donahue, Commissioner. 2209 call came into the desk saying there was an OD at 420 Steuben. Officer Cruz and Randazzo were dispatched. They entered a burned-out building frequented by drug dealers. They were shot point blank in the stomach under the Kevlar. Then each officer was shot in the forehead. All 4 bullets exited the body and none were recovered.
Could it be a drug hit?
No way. Ida Cruz grew up in the area. She came on the job out of pure idealism.
Just playing the devil's advocate, Captain. Because you know that's what all our fans are gonna say.
Well, we're looking at a different motive.
Let's hear it.
Officer Cruz was being stalked by her ex-husband.
Not another cop, I hope.
Nah, he's a neighborhood kid. A half-assed activist, sort of local delegate to the citywide campaign against police brutality.
It's a big group. A lot of heavy hitters on the letterhead.
He's the guy you want to talk to. But go slow. Don't do anything to make this guy go crying to the media. Stay on top of this, Ray.
Dan, copy me on everything you do, okay?
You got it.
The mayor's gonna make a condolence call to the Cruz family.
Put a couple of sector cars on security, Dan.
You got it.
While you're at it, why don't you pick up my laundry?
We're all over it, boss. Good night. What are you, a 2-year-old?
What, he didn't hear me.
Hey, I want a ton of paper on this case. A blizzard of DD5s. Reports and memos neatly typed.
How does the chief inspector like his undershorts? Ironed or tumbled dry?
Yeah. I'm the kiss ass. You're the dashing detective. Fuck off.
From the time I arrived, the bodies weren't moved. No bullets were found. The area was thoroughly searched, Doc. We'll go back there in the morning. Yeah.
There's no record on any Rios.
So what? Spousal murder's not a habitual crime. Let's give him a call.
It's 3 a.m., Steve. Boss has told us not to harass this guy.
This is a cop killing.
I know what it is.
I'm just putting him on notice.
Hello.
Mr. Rios, this is Detective Donahue, 74 Squad, homicide.
What do you want?
I have to notify you as the next of kin of Ida Cruz. She was murdered tonight, sir.
What?
We'd like you to come down to the precinct, answer a few questions.
Well, I'm not her next of kin. We're divorced.
Be here in an hour, Mr. Rios. Don't let me come get you.
What's the matter, baby?
Nothing. Just, go back to sleep, okay?
What's up, bro?
Roberto, call Nick Mirsky, the lawyer. Tell him I have to see him in the morning.
Where were you going?
call you.
Where are you running?
It's coming to see you. Just like you said.
What you had in the bag?
Let me take a look.
Motherfucker! Motherfucker, you killed my wife and my brother! Motherfucker! You killed him! Murderer! Murderer! You killed my wife and my brother! Shut up!
Steve, what's up?
Hey, I gotta go to the hospital, see about those two people.
I don't think there's much you can do for them. Anyway, Captain Unger wants you to go home.
I gave Rios to the guys from the squad.
Yeah, I know.
He was trying to get out of there with a ton of evidence, Bobby. I better go take care of it.
Nah, I'll vouch for it for you. All right, go home, Steve. Deal with it in the morning.
I should listen to you, Bobby. There's a lot of shitting in there.
No, I should have been there with you. You never would have made that kind of move on the two of us. Go home.
Hello.
Yeah, Kate, it's Bobby Z.
Hey, Bobby.
Sorry to call you so late now. Listen, Steve was involved in a shooting, collecting evidence. A couple people got killed.
Oh my God, no. How's Steve? Is everything all right?
He's okay, he's fine.
Is he in trouble?
No, he did the right thing.
But it was in self-defense, right?
They had a lot of guns in there. Steve's gonna have a rough time, Kate. He's gonna have to deal with a lot of angry people.
All right.
Anyway, he's on his way home. Just thought I'd let you know.
Okay, thanks, Bobby.
Sure.
Morning, gentlemen. Morning, Elizabeth.
Morning.
Could you get me my calendar, please? Morning.
Morning.
Looks like you slept here, Evan.
No, I went home and didn't sleep there.
What's that?
They made an arrest out in Brooklyn last night.
That was quick. Drug dealer?
Solid citizen, semi-political. The arresting officer killed his wife and his brother. Same cop shot a suspected cop killer 4 years ago.
Sounds complicated.
It is.
Better cancel my condolence call.
Yeah, we don't want to be in Brooklyn when the rocks start flying.
We're expecting a little action, nothing we can't handle. We think he's a strong suspect. We've got a pretty good case already. It can only get better.
I thought I was the DA around here.
Yes, sir. I will. So long. The mayor cancels a trip to Brooklyn. The commissioner will not be making any supportive statements. We're on our own.
Last time I looked, 2 cops were dead.
Yeah, well, look again. This time it's 2 civilians, one of them a new mother.
Hey, don't you think I wish that hadn't happened? I feel terrible about her.
saw something move, the noise. I just couldn't see that it wasn't another person with a gun in their hands. But I'm gonna have to live with that. It's a separate investigation. Right now, we have the premeditated murder of 2 cops on our hands, and we have our guy. Are we gonna let him slide? Hey, last I looked, we all agreed I had a strong case. I'd brought in a cop killer.
Not until a jury says so.
That's your job.
And here's my problem. I put him on the stand. The defense calls him brutal cop, wild animal, pick your adjective. I need a strong case to counter that.
You've got a strong case.
Motive?
Jealousy. Marriage went sour. The guy was insulted. He stalked her for months.
Witnesses?
We got a guy who was asleep in an adjoining building. He can place Rios at the scene.
Drug addict?
Who else sleeps in an abandoned building? If cops made perfect cases, we wouldn't need smart lawyers.
Rios will have a smart lawyer, too. And as much as I am prosecuting him, I am also defending Detective Donahue.
I scooped this guy because I didn't want to give him time to destroy evidence. I recovered the murder weapon, and I found these bullets in his pocket.
They'll call that an illegal search.
Probable cause.
They'll say you shouldn't have been in that apartment without a warrant.
I was in hot pursuit. This guy had just assaulted me. He's making his way out with this. Letters from his ex-wife, Ida Cruz. Veiled threats, obsessive language. If I can't have you, nobody can, that kind of thing. It's good evidence. This is our guy. I know it.
All right, cover up.
Get here, ready? Recognize anybody out there, Willie?
You gonna drop the drug charges?
I'll ask the court to consider a lesser plea in exchange for your cooperation.
Alright. Could I have a little something for you?
Less than 48 hours after the brutal slaying of 2 police officers in Brooklyn, there's been a break in the case.
Edward Rios, a local activist, was arrested after a pre-dawn raid on his apartment in which his wife and brother were killed.
Hey, Rios, stay up, my man. The community here reacted with shock and outrage.
We're gonna protest, we're gonna hassle the mayor and the cops, we'll back down to jail if we have to, but we're gonna free Eddie Rios.
Mr. Mirsky, what about Eddie Rios?
Mr. Rios is being held incommunicado in flagrant violation of his rights. We're very concerned about his safety. The community board meeting ended at 8:30 and you left a little bit later, right?
I didn't check the time.
And you were home the rest of the evening. Is that right, Eddie?
What if I said no?
What do you mean?
What if I said I didn't have an alibi? Then you'd be dying to ask me, Eddie, did you kill Ida?
I don't have to ask.
You'd be asking, why did you shoot at Detective Donahue?
I think I can understand.
Yeah, well, as smart as you are, Nick, there's some things you'll never know.
I know you're innocent, Eddie.
It doesn't matter what I am, okay? You get off of that mindset. You have a cop who broke into my house, killed my wife and my brother. You put him on trial.
He won't get away with it. But first I have to clear you.
You're not listening to me. I don't care what happens to me.
But I do.
Then get up. Okay, I don't need you. I'm not gonna play that this nice boy is innocent game. That's the law game, the guilt game, and it is all bullshit. You know that.
You feel responsible for Denise's death.
I am responsible. Denise could care less about politics, Nick. Same with my brother. It was my thing all along, and they loved me, so it was okay with them. And now they're dead because I thought I could change the world. I have to make their deaths mean something. I'll go crazy if I don't.
Our guest is Civil Liberties Attorney Nick Mirsky, and the question that has the whole town talking is he a cop killer or is he a killer cop?
The police claim it was
Daddy, they're talking about you.
I'm hot.
Just petrified.
You don't blow over.
Coincidence that the cop who Eddie Rios had accused of brutality is the same cop who invades his home, murders his wife and brother, and plants incriminating evidence.
You know this guy?
I guess he was part of some neighborhood group, had some complaints. I never met him.
Everybody's a big expert. Everybody watches these cop shows. They all think the cops plant evidence.
I'm not that way. I've been doing this for 18 years. I never had a case thrown out on me.
Spokesman for the group said that the wrong man was in jail and they thought that he could shoot him behind bars.
According to regulations, I'm not required to hand over this gun.
There's always a loophole. You're deemed a danger to the community. You're the monster on the front page.
It's okay.
Sign this.
When do I get it back?
There'll be a departmental hearing after the trial.
Jesus. I've been naked for 6 months.
Gotta go out after dark. Keep your door locked.
Detective Donahue's been placed in automatic, non-prejudicial suspension because he discharged a firearm in the line of duty. We have no doubt that he will be fully exonerated.
The murder trial of Eddie Rios began yesterday with a flurry of defense motions. At issue, the credibility of Detective Stephen Donahue. Did he lie? Did he plant evidence?
They're gonna say you had a history with Eddie Rios before this ever happened.
I never met the man personally.
But it was his group that filed brutality charges against you.
That's what they always say when there's an arrest where necessary force is used. I was completely vindicated in that case.
They'll say you had a confrontation with him.
A bunch of guys followed me down the street, cursing at me. Was he part of that group? I don't know.
They'll say you had a personal vendetta against him.
Yeah. And then I arranged to have 2 cops killed so that I could get even. Who's gonna believe any of that?
You killed 2 people.
You ever hear a gun go off in a narrow hallway? It's like a cannon. You go into shock. And your instinct takes over. I went into that apartment in the performance of my duty. And on this job, you can't know what's going to happen from 1 minute to the next.
Edward Rios, a local activist, was arrested after a pre-dawn raid on his apartment in which his wife and brother were killed. Spokesman indicated that
Don't tell him.
Leave me alone. Dad, there were some guys in a van. They're driving around the house. Martin ran after them.
I was just trying to get their plate number.
Yeah, well, it's not a good idea to go up against a band of bad guys, Martin. Without a little backup. Hey, where's your mother?
The prosecution's star witness takes the stand in the murder trial of community activist Eddie Rios tomorrow. The spotlight will be on veteran detective Stephen Donahue, who arrested Rios after a bloody gun battle in which Rios' common-law wife and brother were killed.
The judge took their argument. I had no right to enter his apartment. What about my hot pursuit? That's always legal. All right, that's a bad break, but yeah, you win some, you lose some. What about my witness? Why? Entered his house without a warrant? That wasn't Sandoval's house, he'll tell you that. How could that have been his house? He was dealing drugs out of an abandoned apartment.
What's going on?
Hang on, Lori. It's pre-trial. A couple things got taken away from us, but we're gonna be all right. Lori, look. We're still strong. We got a lot. We got his unprovoked attack, right? An innocent man wouldn't do that. We have Mrs. Cruz. Right, we have me. And all I have to do is tell the truth. All right, see you later. No, we're okay.
Okay.
There he is. Detective Donahue! We have a few questions for you.
Detective Donahue?
We need some answers. Do you have a grudge against Eddie Rios? Are you the Avenger of Brooklyn? Do you have a grudge?
Are you
the Avenger? Answer our question. Do you have a grudge against Eddie Rios? Are you the Avenger? We need some answers. Do you have a grudge against Eddie Rios?
Some answers.
Give us some answers. Talk about it.
Looks like you could use a police escort.
Yeah, nice.
Ready to go to bat, partner?
You bet.
It's getting to be a circus out there.
I can put up with hot heads as long as we get our verdict. This is the justice system. Cool heads prevail.
So how's the family holding up? How's Kate?
Family's doing fine. Kate's a tough lady. We'll pull through this.
Your Honor, at this time, the people call Detective Stephen Donahue to the stand.
Call Stephen Donahue.
Stephen Donahue, please. Turn around. Yeah. Yes, go ahead.
Solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
I do.
Good morning, Metro. NYC is definitely the place to be, even on this grimy winter's day. What's at the top of the calendar this morning, Greg?
Well, John, it's the verdict in Brooklyn. Looks like the jury is going to give its answer to the question we've all been asking. Who's lying, Eddie Rios or Steve Donahue?
Good folks, rise and shine.
Oh, man. Police were out at dawn, forming a cordon of blue around the courthouse. Officials downplayed the action, saying they were only taking routine precautions, but the mood in Brooklyn is tense. For the cops of the 74th Precinct, this day can end soon enough.
All right, we're looking good. Everybody's deployed.
What's the weather?
There's no tapering off.
Just when we need a blizzard. All right, listen up. We've got reports that demonstrators are planning to converge artillery and march to the courthouse. So stay awake. This is not parade duty.
What's the desired outcome, sir?
Blue shirts, no people. All pedestrian and vehicular access to the courthouse blocked. The commissioner wants this area completely clear.
These people are looking to rock and roll, Captain.
Right, and if a disturbance does occur, we're going to have to hold until reinforcements arrive. Borough wants us to handle this on a precinct level, like another day at the office. No riot gear except for the men at the courthouse door. They don't want the national media to think that we're occupying the neighborhood.
Quote my kids, Russ. You're giving me weird attitude.
I can only tell you what I know. The verdict comes in
Guilty. We're going to have a disturbance in the street.
What are we doing about it?
As per your instructions to minimize political fallout, we've established a light security presence around the courthouse and put reinforcements on standby.
Maybe the men could use an inspirational message from their leader.
I don't give pep talks to professionals.
Okay, well, I do, Russ. Now, here's my pep talk to you. I've been in office 3.5 years without a riot, and I sure don't want one to launch my re-election campaign.
Police don't start riots, Your Honor.
I know that, Russ. At the end of the day, we're all on the same team.
Yes, sir. And if there is a violent confrontation, can we count on your support?
If I think you're in the right.
Yes, sir. That's what I thought you'd say.
Hey, listen up. I want 4 on this side of the door, 4 on the other. It's only on guard position. Keep arms length. You got your helmets, batons, your flashlights?
The fuck do we need flashlights in broad daylight?
To locate your brains, Citrano. We broom this area. Nobody stands here but us. We act as a team. We use minimal force.
Meaning?
Meaning some guy shoves you. You don't kick his teeth down his throat.
Well, if a guy kills 2 cops, you let his friends walk all over you.
Let's go.
Well, Trish, after an all-night vigil outside the Brooklyn Criminal Courts building, the word came at 5:15. The jury in the Eddie Rios case has finally reached a verdict.
It's not in the paper.
The DA called your father this morning.
I've been up all night thinking about it.
Yeah, I know. Well, it'll be all over today.
Yeah, but Mom, what if they say...
Here's your father.
What are you doing up so early?
Me and some eggs.
Nah, I'm gonna have a cup of coffee down at the house.
You ought to eat something, Steve. It'll be a long day.
I'm gonna eat tonight. I'm gonna have a big steak, mashed potatoes, and a bottle of wine. We're gonna be celebrating.
I promise.
Tonight's our night. Word of honor.
There'll be 100 reporters shouting stupid questions, 10,000 demonstrators howling for your blood.
I'm used to it. I changed my phone number 3 times. We had some death threats. We sent our daughter down to stay with her aunt in Maryland for a couple of weeks. It's funny. This guy executes 2 cops, and my family's punished for it.
You showed a lot of guts. Every cop in the city's rooting for you.
All during the trial, while they're lying about me in court and slamming me on the streets and in the papers, I kept telling myself, payback's coming. We nailed this mutt, and when they pull him out of that courtroom, he's gonna look at me, he's gonna know I helped put him in that black hole for the rest of his miserable life. I guess I can get pretty emotional about it.
The DA's office is very grateful to you, Steve. We wouldn't have had a case without you.
Thanks for the eulogy, Lori. Now, when am I gonna die?
This cases cause problems for us in the community.
The community tried to save Rios' ass and it didn't work.
They don't care about the facts, Steve. They want your head on a platter.
You're gonna give it to them.
If we get a guilty verdict, we're gonna have to make a gesture of reconciliation. And the most painless for all concerned is to offer you a transfer.
It's like admitting I did wrong.
No, it's not admitting anything. It's a move we're making for your own protection.
Which makes me a coward as well as a bum.
The chief went to bat for you, Steve. They wanted departmental charges, reduction in rank.
What if I don't accept this transfer?
We'll ask you to put in your retirement papers. You only have 18 years. We'll jack it up to 20 so you can get your pension.
18 years on this job. And you're gonna throw me to the dogs?
We have to begin the healing process somewhere, Steve.
Steve.
This trial posed a problem of credibility, with a popular neighborhood figure telling one story and a veteran detective telling another.
Bert Newborn, who's the jury gonna believe?
I don't know. I mean, here you have a guy with a real political future in this town telling the jury, I did not kill those police officers. Eddie Rios doesn't deny pulling a gun on Detective Steve Donahue, but he says it was because Donahue was coming to kill him. And now Rios wants the jury to understand that life in that part of Brooklyn made his actions justifiable.
Judge Sylvia Friel has disallowed a lot of the prosecution's case. Search warrants, technical evidence, eyewitness testimony, all on procedural grounds.
Well, she's put the burden of the prosecution's case squarely on the shoulders of Detective Donahue. His credibility has to carry the day.
Thought you weren't going to make it, Detective Donahue.
Wouldn't miss it for the world.
You think the verdict will go your way?
Excuse me. You should take your seat, miss.
Good morning, Miss Meisinger.
Counselor.
Ladies and gentlemen, have you reached a verdict?
We have, Your Honor.
Bailiff, read the charges.
In the matter of the People versus Edward Rios, on the charge of murder in the first degree in the death of police officer Ida Cruz.
Not guilty.
Unbelievable.
On the charge of murder in the first degree in the death of police officer Peter Randazzo.
Not guilty.
Proceed.
Assault with a deadly weapon.
Not guilty.
Talk to us. How does it feel to be free? You got something to say?
You got something to say to us?
Come on, Steve, we can get out the back.
Yes, I have something to say. No. Let's hear what he has to say.
This is a very important day in the history of this city. It is a victory for every man who has ever been falsely accused and every woman who has ever been brutalized.
Great, now the stooge is running for mayor.
See, this case was not about me. The jury was expressing the general will of the people of this city because they have had enough of cops like that man who use their badges as a license to kill.
Jury gave you a play, Rios. If you had any class, you'd shut up and walk away.
Forget it. You're walking right into their trap.
Hey, you know what happened to a cop killing?
No, they're trying to provoke you. Come on.
Wait a minute. Let the man talk. Let's hear about the old days.
Your behavior is unethical in the extreme. His strategy from day one has been to embarrass the police department. He defamed a good, honest, hard-working cop.
If you mean Steve Donahue, we're not finished yet.
What do you mean by that, Nick?
This is not the time or the place.
Come on,
Go ahead. Tell us. It's all right, go ahead. Tell us.
We've conducted an independent investigation into the deaths of Denise Vieira and Gilberto Rios. Our findings have been turned over to the district attorney.
Is this true, Lori?
I am so sorry, Steve. I didn't want you to find out like this.
Lori, is this true? Is it true?
At the request of the mayor's office and many concerned citizens groups, the district attorney has convened a grand jury.
To consider an indictment against Steve Donahue?
We've got a shot fired in the courtroom. Unconfirmed so far.
Donahue took a shot at somebody.
Just move away from the door! Get everybody off this floor! Move his fucking table! Move!
Everybody, stay calm. Follow instructions. Judge, in the witness stand where I can see you. Eddie, you're staying with me.
What if I go with them, Steve?
I got enough in here for you and me. In. Spectators, cops, form a line in the aisle. You, in there.
For God's sake, Steve, think about your family.
Shut up about my family.
Come on, Laura, you better do like he says.
You're the only one who's gonna suffer, Steve.
You too, Bobby.
Hey, partner, I'm on your side.
Hey! You gonna be on my side when I start killing people?
Okay, partner.
I don't want any cops in here trying to talk me down. I don't want to come down.
Okay. Be outside if you need me.
Counselor, in.
But this isn't going to change anything.
It's got your heart bleeding for me. That's a big change already. Is there a cop at the door?
Yeah, right here, detective.
You're gonna open that door just a crack. There's gonna be cops out there. You tell them to back off.
Okay. I'm gonna open the door now.
You tell them if I see blue, I'm gonna start shooting.
Sure. Okay.
Get everybody out of the hall!
Sarge, you guys better step off. He's talking about killing a lot of people.
Okay. Back off. Go.
As soon as they find out Donahue was shooting up the courtroom, there's going to be a riot.
I thought we had a metal detector outside that goddamn courtroom.
There was no order to disarm police officers.
We ordered Donahue to surrender his weapon.
So we got another one.
What do you need, Dan?
Looking ahead, I'd say a hostage negotiator and an ambulance.
Sit tight. I'll go down there myself.
He's releasing people.
It was Captain Unger.
It's coming in, sir. Coming in. This way.
You can go, ma'am.
Cameraman too?
No, he stays. Keep it running.
Cool.
Hey.
Hey, let's set it up over here.
In an absolutely incredible turn of events, homicide detective Stephen Donahue has seized control of the courtroom in which community activist Eddie Rios was just acquitted of the murder of 2 police officers. Justice Channel cameraman Stanley Shapiro is giving us live coverage of this very desperate situation.
What the hell is going on?
He's holding the judge and jury in there, and Rios.
Court officers make a move?
Nah, yet everybody jammed in the aisle. Would have been a bloodbath.
Sir, we got him on TV.
Anybody make contact with him?
He backed us off. He just smacked Marsky down.
All right, let me test the waters here. Donahue!
Stay down! We don't want anyone crashing this party!
I don't believe this. this is Captain Unger. I just want to talk.
I can hear you from there.
You got a man who needs medical attention. Send him out?
Only if you send something in.
What do you want, Steve?
A little physical evidence. The gun, bullets, forensics, the letters, and Willie Sandoval's statement.
Gotta wait for the bosses to make that call.
You go through the chain of command, I go through the jury.
All right, I'll get you what you want. Call Central. Tell them to evacuate the building. I want to cover the front, the back, and the roof. I want ESU squads at the back entrance of the courtroom, now.
Yes, sir. Hodges hostage negotiation.
Captain Unger's been waiting for you. We put everything on hold.
Very good. You know this guy, Donahue?
Yeah, he's good people.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it occurred to me after you had rendered your verdict, which you had considered so seriously, that you had not only allowed a murderer to go free, but you destroyed a life. Because of you, ladies and gentlemen, I'd probably lose my job. My family would be disgraced, and I'd probably end up in jail.
So I have no regrets asking you to stick around this courtroom just a little bit longer. We're going to retry Mr. Edward Rios for the murders of police officers Ida Cruz and Peter Randazzo. We're going to bat again, Judge. Only this time the jury's going to hear testimony and see evidence that was withheld the first time around.
This is a kangaroo court, Donahue.
No, it's not, Nick. See, Steve's gonna let me have my say, aren't you?
You can speak up anytime you want, Eddie.
You see, Nick? Me and Steve understand each other. We know exactly what's gonna happen here, don't we?
That's right.
Tell me about this guy. What kind of cop is he, Captain?
He's a smart cop. He's got good instincts. He knows how to make a case.
Tough?
He's got fast hands. Maybe he uses them too much.
Is he your get-even guy?
We don't play those games in my precinct.
How's his marriage?
How the hell do I know? I don't live under his bed.
Does he trust you, Captain? Will he listen to you?
Half hour ago, I would have said yes.
That's good enough. All right. We can't yell at each other through the door. I need a video link up. Excuse me, Captain. Is the Justice Channel still here? Mike.
Yeah, this one.
Can we get a live feed into the courtroom from here?
Yeah, we'll have to patch it in from the studio.
All right, let's get it done. Pull that out here.
Right away.
Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
All right. We set this up so that we could communicate better.
I thought I communicated my need for that evidence.
Meet me halfway, Steve. Send the injured man out.
No way, he's doing fine.
I'm sure he is. I know you don't want to risk your life. I know you're not trying to make points. But everybody needs a friend. And there will be a life after this incident.
Oh yeah, a life? For who? I got a loaded gun here. I'm in a room with two people who have dedicated themselves to humiliating me for 6 months. You're talking about friends? Hey, you gotta forget I'm a cop. I'm a bona fide psycho. You gotta kiss my ass. You gotta give me what I want.
All right, Steve, take it easy, huh? Just give me a little time.
I'm not gonna give you any time. I'm gonna tell you when your time is up.
But is the whole world seeing this?
Commissioner, sir, I'm Lieutenant Hodges, hostage negotiations. I suggested putting this on TV so as to give both parties better access.
You spoken to him, Lieutenant?
No, sir. I think it's better if Captain Unger carries the ball. He and Donahue have a long-standing relationship.
How bad is he?
Tried to go through the door. He took a shot at me.
What does he want?
Well, sir, he's already asked for evidence boxes. So I'm gonna send in 2 cops dressed as paramedics.
Don't jump him. Give him what he wants.
What I'm gonna prove to you is that you were deceived by lies and legal jargon. And it'll be clear why I had to take this action. It'll be clear to my friends and fellow officers. It'll be clear to my family and everybody who's watching.
See, I want my day in court without the media telling everybody what to think.
I know you feel violated. Hey, I feel violated too. I feel like I got everybody spit on my face.
All right, what do we got here? All right, give me the evidence. The evidence right here on the gurney. All right, stop. Let's see.
It's not that I'm blaming you. You don't see a lot of trials, you don't know. It's a favorite lawyer's trick. If you can't try the case, you try the cop.
Steve, your package just arrived.
Send it in with the paramedics.
Coming right in, Steve.
When the door opens, we could go in.
No schemes. You send a hero in here, we're gonna be pulling bodies out.
No tricks, save lives.
We're not playing tricks, Steve. We're just trying to save lives.
Send them in. You're gonna put the cardboard boxes on the table. That man there's your patient.
I gotta stay with Eddie. Save yourself. We don't need a lawyer, do we?
We're way beyond lawyers now, Eddie. Take a seat, Eddie.
You're gonna be all right.
Take a seat.
For God's sake, don't go in there. He'll start shooting.
Why does Rios keep needling him?
He blames himself. He wants to be punished.
Suicide by cop.
Rios is a fucking hothead who killed 2 cops. What, are you taking a collection for him now, counselor?
All right, let's roll. Bobby, come in. Fuck, we're trying to resolve this.
I know. Just tell me what you need me
All
to
right. How well do you know Donahue?
Like a brother.
Well, what's the key to this guy?
He's got a plan. You gotta let him play it out.
You ever cheat on his wife?
Not that I know of.
You sure?
No way. He's got more class than that.
All right. Get her down here right away. You call her yourself.
Done.
All right.
Mr. Mayor, did you approve the police plan to seal off the area?
No, I was not consulted.
Well, what do you think about the situation out there now?
Folks, please, I have full confidence in Commissioner Crane. I'm depending on him to resolve a very serious crisis.
A couple of hours after Officer Cruz and Mendoza were killed, I was sent to the scene to look for evidence. Came off the ground, came off the gun, came out of people's mouths, and came out of victims' bodies. I didn't create it. I collected it. Overwhelming evidence. And it all led to one man. A man without a prior conviction, Mr. Edward Rios. So we tried to put this evidence before the jury, because that's the only way that justice could be done in this case. In this imperfect world, unless you have, as the Bible says, 2 people who saw him do it, you gotta use the evidence. And you gotta trust the people who bring it to you.
Isn't there some contingency plan for something like this?
There's no way to prepare for an act of insanity. I thought we responded very well.
Oh, yeah? You have any idea what a PR disaster you created by closing off those streets?
Followed your instructions to the letter. You didn't want a large police presence, and you also didn't want a riot.
It was a political decision, and I should have been consulted.
You would have vetoed it, and there'd be people laying in the streets right now.
I want to talk to Detective Donahue.
Sir, that's not a good idea. Who's he?
Lieutenant Hodges, hostage negotiations.
Sir, Detective Donahue feels betrayed by the system, and you are its most visible symbol. Listen, Lieutenant. Don't play that pop psychology game with me. You just want to make sure a cop resolves a crisis caused by a cop.
This is what my partner and I found when we arrived at 420 Steuben. What do you do for a living, sir?
I'm a Latin teacher.
How'd you feel if you saw 2 of the teachers you work with laying dead like that? Make your blood boil, wouldn't it?
How would you feel if you found those 2 teachers dead? Would you work day and night to catch their killer?
Yes, sir.
Would you raid a suspect's house in the middle of the night?
Yes, sir.
Would you go alone without any backup?
If I thought I was just going to question somebody, yes, I would.
Admit it, Steve. You came to my house to kill me, and you came alone so there would be no witnesses.
We're gonna get to what happened at your house. Right now, we're talking about the fact that 2 cops were killed. This is the gun that was used in those murders. I found these in the pocket of Eddie Rios' jacket.
You planted those bullets, Steve.
Every day all over the world, some mud is saying that a cop planted evidence on him.
Did you ever plant evidence?
Never.
No, you never sweetened the case for yourself?
Always let the evidence lead you to the perpetrator.
Right, but sometimes you get a feeling about someone. She sort of helped the truth along.
I never did it, Eddie.
Jury says you did.
I know they did, and it makes me crazy to think about it. You heard about my record, you heard about my years of experience. I testified for 3 days on every aspect of this case that they would let me, and you didn't believe a word I said. No, what? Why is that?
I'm the one you're mad at.
I'm not mad. I am curious. What is it about me that made you think that I was a liar?
I voted to convict. I defended you.
The only thing I heard you say was, let's get this over with, because you were losing days at work.
Yeah.
And you said he was lying, didn't you? He said all cops lie. And he said the cops probably killed those 2 people over a drug deal and framed Eddie Rios.
Do you believe I planted evidence?
Judge said I didn't have to believe. She said I just had to doubt.
And you doubted me. Why?
Maybe it's because you already killed a man.
103 homicide arrests, and only 1 was shot resisting.
Right, yeah. Everyone shot by a cop was resisting arrest. Look, this jury has seen too many people beaten up and deprived of their rights. You guys cannot get away with murder like you used to.
Your concern is very impressive, Eddie. You worried I'm gonna blow one of these people away?
It crossed my mind.
He's worried about the well-being of 12 total strangers. But you stopped caring about your ex-wife, didn't you, Eddie?
What happened between me and Ida, my friend, you can never understand.
Your mother said you're the kind of man who can't take rejection.
She never rejected me.
Your mother said you forced the issue.
She loved me! The old lady knew. She just could never admit it to herself. I remember we'd make love when she was away at work. It was in the summer. We'd open up a window and close the curtains so no one could see us. I mean, to this day, every time I feel a summer breeze on my face, I think of Ida.
Yeah, here's a sample of those thoughts, Eddie. First time around, you weren't given a chance to hear these, ladies and gentlemen. These letters were saved by Officer Cruz to be used as evidence in case anything happened to her.
It's a weird lie even for you, Steve.
How can you call my love a teenage crush? Do you know how you hurt me when you say that? What makes you think you can just walk away from what we had?
Those were private letters.
You betray the ideals we grew up with. You betray the faith that I had in you. You betray me. Do you think that I can accept treachery like that?
You don't understand.
I saw you laughing and guzzling beer with one of your cop friends. You make me sick.
That's enough.
Judge Friel wouldn't let you hear these letters, would you, Judge?
That evidence was obtained as a result of an illegal search.
Illegal means I was breaking the law. Did I break the law, Your Honor?
You made a procedural error. You didn't apply for a search warrant.
The guy assaulted me. He shot at me. He tried to kill me, and I'm not allowed to search his pockets.
The Constitution, Detective, it's nothing personal.
Your Honor! That's bullshit. It was a judgment call. You could have given it to me. You could have said that my hot pursuit of the suspect allowed me to enter his apartment. And once in there, the ensuing circumstances allowed me to institute a search of the premises. You could have said that, couldn't you? Your Honor.
She's got a gun to her head, Steve.
We can fix that.
Let's rush him.
Won't work.
It's too premature. Lieutenant, Peter, let's take it over here. The man's unarmed. If he goes for the gun, we gotta take him down. If he gets the gun and fires at us, we're gonna have even more casualties.
Donahue is capable of opening fire in that whole room at any time.
It won't happen yet.
You guarantee that?
Emotionally, he's right between point A and B. He hasn't got to the end of his road yet.
More psychobabble.
He knows what he's talking about, Peter.
Why are you so anxious to kill a cop?
I want to end this.
You wouldn't be so gung-ho if that was a civilian in there.
There are civilians in there.
So what do you say, Judge? You think I set Mr. Rios up?
I try not to form an opinion.
Come on. He'd been sitting here for years watching a lot of cops play games. They call it test-a-lion. You think I was test-a-lion?
I never said that.
You took one look at me and you said, here's another cop trying to get over.
No, sir. I had no preconceived notion about this case, or you.
You'd rather set a killer free than let a cop interpret the rules, wouldn't you?
Those rules. The rules of evidence and procedure. The rule of law. They are more important than one isolated case.
Hear that? You hear what she did? She had to make lawyers out of all you to prove a point. And then you got so buried in legal bullshit, you forgot what this was about. You start looking at me like I'm the bad guy. You forget 2 people were killed, which is exactly what they want.
Steve?
Going too fast for you, Captain?
No, I just want to know if there's anything else we can do for you.
Yeah. You can get me my star witness. Willie Sandoval. You remember him, Judge.
Steve, that might take some time to locate him.
Really? I can tell you where he is. He's in the Raymond Street jail, right around the corner.
Yeah, what makes you think you're so smart?
Just being a cop. 18 years. Watching people like you do their numbers. You get away with it. People lose respect for the law, and then they lose respect for each other. Like these 12 people here. And everybody out there. This judge, who had no respect for me.
You don't deserve any respect.
Yeah? Who keeps a lid on this garbage can? I do. Things are getting worse every day. You see that?
Right on, man. It's about time somebody said this.
But the jails are filling up. It's standing room only in the morgues. And everybody's just praying to God they don't end up in the wrong place in the wrong time. Well, I'll tell you, I work in places where people are dying with disease and they're dying with drugs. And they'll kill you over a dirty look. In this city, you only got 30,000 like me. We're your last line of defense. But you make us fight our dirty little war in quiet because you nice people don't care what the mutts do to each other. You don't care about the cops. All you care is that nothing happens to you.
2 bullets from a Detonics killed Ida Cruz. The first one got her in her stomach. And then, when she was dying, her assailant stood over her so she could get a good look at him. He put a bullet in her forehead.
Steve, it's Willie Sandoval. He wants to talk to you.
I ain't saying shit till you get these motherfucking cuffs off me, man.
Willie, how you doing?
Yeah, not so good, Detective Donahue. Should have stuck with you.
I called to your attention. Willie Sandoval. An eyewitness whose testimony you never heard. Willie, tell the jury why you never testified.
Because I didn't have to make a deal. The judge said that you did an illegal search of my residence and dismissed the case.
They called that burnt-out tenement your home. They said I had searched your home without a warrant. That's Fourth Amendment, right, Your Honor?
The man had no known address.
Man's pulling down 3,000 a day, drug deals, but he could live on Park Avenue if he wanted to.
What would you have testified, Willie?
That I saw Mr. Rios go into the building when them 2 cops was killed.
You guys are so far into that cop mentality. You think anybody's gonna believe a lowlife like this, Steve?
This man pulled you out of a lineup, Eddie.
With a little help from his friends.
He described the clothes you were wearing.
On a dark night? So fucked up he couldn't see his nose in front of his face?
Come on, man. I saw you, man. I saw you.
No. You saw a way to keep your scraggly ass out of jail.
Yo, Rios. No bad blood, all right? I saw you, man.
It's okay, Willie. This isn't about you. It's about me. I am stipulating to you that this man, though a convicted felon, made a positive identification of Edward Rios. Do you believe me?
Yes, I do. But sometimes these guys lie.
I am stipulating that no one prompted him in any way. Do you believe me?
Yes, I guess.
You guess. What about you? And you? Truth is, none of this would have changed your mind. I was the one on trial. And you had me guilty right from the start. We're taking a recess here.
Damn, Donnie, you gonna kick some ass.
Get him out of here.
What do we do now?
We go in. First chance we get.
Big moment didn't come off.
He's at a crossroads, Cap. Made his case, got his point across. I always think words have magic that'll change things. Nothing changes. No. Either Donahue gives up now, or we carry him out in a body bag.
Cameraman, turn that thing on. Are you there, Captain? I want to see him on the monitor. When the noise dies down, some cop somewhere is going to push a piece of paper, and my family is going to be taken care of. Isn't that right, Captain?
Look after your family, Steve.
I got a job-related disability, right? And my family gets full benefits in case of my death. Isn't that right, Captain? Full pension and benefits.
That's right, Steve. You retire on 3/4 of your present salary.
Hear that? The NYPD just made a promise in front of millions of people.
Who don't have the attention span of one flea. You see, a second after you're dead, this camera's gonna be pointing at some other poor slob in a jam.
Hey.
You're gonna be yesterday's news.
You're taking a big chance here, Eddie.
No, not with you.
You take your seat, Eddie. I'm gonna make my summation.
Playing it by the book. You think the system really gives a shit about a nobody like you?
You can take your seat.
You did all this for nothing. You blew your job, threw your family into the poorhouse, all for nothing.
We're going in.
No, he's behind the judge's bench. You'll never get to him in time.
You want me to do it. You want me to punish you for what you did to Ida Cruz. Just as long as you don't have to confess.
I have nothing to confess.
Hang in there, Eddie. It's almost over. Ladies and gentlemen, you've been patient, so I'll be brief. Look, I can't change who I am or where I was raised. Being a cop is considered a good job where I come from. That's why a lot of cops look like me. A few years after I came on this job, they put me in Brooklyn. They told me to solve homicides, and they told me how to do it. They said, look for a motive. The jealous ex-husband who wrote threatening letters. They said, look for a weapon. A Detonics semi-automatic pistol, street name, pocket 9, found in the defendant's apartment. Discharge cartridges found on the defendant's person. A witness who could place him at the scene. They said, look at the defendant's behavior. Tried to flee. He attempted to murder a police officer. Okay. You people were denied access to some of this evidence. You pretty much had to rely on me, and you had decided that I had planted the evidence, committed perjury. But now, you have a few more pieces of the puzzle. You were confused, and you were misled. You made an honest mistake. But now you have a chance to correct it. I look forward to your verdict. Eddie,
to make a closing statement?
Yes, I do. This man is a liar. He is a murderer. He was part of a police conspiracy to frame me. And when that didn't work, to kill me.
Your Honor, at this time, would you like to charge the jury?
My decisions were based on my belief that justice can only be served through strict adherence to the law.
Have two of you men hold the door open. Send 3 guys right down the middle aisle. The rest make an end run to the jury box and the judge's bench.
I don't think the men are up for this, Captain.
Captain, we think Detective Donahue got fucked over during the trial.
Is that right? You refusing this assignment?
That could be me in there, Captain. I've been in some situations.
I've been Donahue's captain for 9 years. I know his wife. I've been to his son's confirmation. I am ordering you to subdue him in any way possible.
I'm afraid we might hesitate. I don't want to put people at risk.
Sergeant, you're relieved.
I'm sorry, sir.
Send Adams Patrol up here to replace you. Report back to Central. Now.
Yes, sir.
Anybody have any questions? You want to see any transcripts, review any of the evidence?
No, sir.
What do you say, Mr. Foreman?
I think we're ready, Detective.
Judge Frio, you're a stickler for procedure. Let's proceed. If you don't proceed, I can make a summary judgment.
Members of the jury, have you reached a verdict?
We have, Your Honor.
In the interests of a speedy trial, we can dispense with the reading of the charges. Judge, go ahead.
How do you find?
Guilty, Your Honor.
Guilty of all charges.
Guilty of all charges.
You want to poll the jury, Eddie? Now we have the sentencing phase. Judge, the people have decided that these 2 police officers were lured to the scene and murdered with cold premeditation. There's no need for sentencing reports or character references. We all know how hard Mr. Rios worked to improve the conditions in the community. But the laws of God in New York State are very clear on the only possible penalty for the premeditated murder of a police officer. What is that penalty, Your Honor?
No one has ever been executed.
What is that penalty?
Death.
This is a joke. What do you want me to cry, Steve? Go on my hands and knees, plead for my life? Or maybe you'd like it if I confessed, threw myself at your mercy.
You are guilty, Eddie.
Are you my executioner?
You killed 2 cops. At some point, you gotta pay.
He's not the only one.
Captain.
I need a minute.
You buy in time so the emergency service guys can get into position.
They've been deployed for hours.
You got a patrol on the back landing?
Yeah.
You slide a guy off the roof and into the jury room?
With a concussion grenade the size of a cantaloupe.
Got a team gonna rush in from the front?
As of now, that's not gonna happen.
Did you send him in there? I didn't stop. Is he gonna try to get him out in the open? He's gonna try to get him out. It better work.
We figured we'd need at least one group that knew you in case you wanted to use the hostages as shields.
That makes sense.
Only we couldn't get anybody to accept the assignment. A lot of promising careers have been nipped in the bud today because of you.
What do you mean?
Well, one sergeant said he was on patrol with you. He's going to find a little note in his jacket. He's never going to make lieutenant. The other sergeant, he said he couldn't bring himself to shoot a fellow officer. Him I'm going to bust personally. Then we got the ESU guys. You know how they love that cowboy shit. Walking through doors, guns blazing. Well, they got picky. Went up in the commissioner's face. You believe that? So now their lieutenant is going to be washing radio cards for the rest of his career.
Didn't want that to happen.
What's the plan, Steve? Gonna kill Rios? Put the gun in your mouth?
I don't have a plan. I thought I had a guilty verdict.
So, you were wrong. Rios isn't the first guy to beat a case.
I know it. But this time, it's like they said, go fuck yourself, Donahue, and on top of that, we're gonna throw your ass in jail. As soon as I heard grand jury, I could see the future. I get suspended. I'm driving a cab. Go through all our money on legal bills. And then if I win, they get a federal indictment against me for violating civil rights. Only this time I lose because that's what everybody wants. Nobody wants any problems on the street. And now I'm in jail with a bunch of mutts in protection in a 6x8 with the lights on all the time. I didn't want to walk out of this courtroom with my head down and people yelling insults at me. I didn't want to drop my gun, cross my hands, say, hey, put the cuffs on. And that thing following everywhere you go. Always in your face. Because you gotta keep calm. Because you're carrying the case on your back. The fucking case.
It was all on you, Steve.
And I blew it. This job means a lot to me.
I know it does.
You're not supposed to say that, I know. You're not supposed to talk about how only another cop can understand you. How much love you can have for people who work on a case with you. Go through doors with you.
A lot of people stepped up for you today, Steve.
You know why they hate us, Captain? Because we have code. We believe in something. We believe in each other.
You care too much, Steve. It broke you down. Now we gotta move on.
Yeah. What are we gonna do about Rios? We just gonna let him off the hook?
We can't worry about Rios now.
He killed 2 cops. And what's worse, he made me kill.
We got Rios. You gotta live with what you did. You hear me, Steve? Live. Your family needs you. In a cell in the hospital, doesn't matter. You gotta be there for the people who love you.
See, I know it was Rios. I know it was him.
Pulled that sandbag move, it's the oldest trick in the book, but it worked, and when he swung on me, I felt this rush. I got him. I got him. I went through that door without even thinking.
That's your pain, Steve. That's what you gotta live with. Please, don't take the easy way out.
Do I ever?
I think we should keep the streets blocked until we get him out the building.
Nah, the crisis is over. We'll pull the squads and let the press through.
Mr. Mayor, Mr. Mayor.
One question.
Honey,
Mr. Mayor, we didn't know that you took command of the negotiations.
at no time did I take command, nor did I want it. The burden of life and death fell on the shoulders of the police, as it always does, and always will.
We were so young, Eddie. We didn't know what we wanted. We were kids. We had something beautiful, and now it's gone, Eddie. And you gotta let it go. Let it go, Eddie. Let it go. Eddie, let it go. Eddie. Eddie. Eddie, let it go!
No! I won't let it go!
Hold it a second. I want to get him a psychiatric as soon as possible.
Run him through central booking like everyone else.
Eddie Rios is guilty.
Detective Von Hue, did you really want to kill Eddie Rios?
Steve, don't respond. Don't even look at him.
Steve! Stephen! Steve!
Commissioner, just tell him I'm gonna be okay.
You'll have plenty of time to talk.